Ichiran, the famous Japanese ramen chain, is using psychological tricks to keep customers coming back for more. From the restaurant's layout to the customizable order form, every aspect is designed to create an unforgettable dining experience. It all started 62 years ago in the bustling city of Fukuoka. A couple, with a passion for noodles and a secret recipe for a red sauce, opened a roadside stall called Futaba Ramen. As word spread about their tasty noodles and addictive sauce, people couldn't get enough of it. They would come from far and wide, dragging their friends and family along, just to get a taste of this delicious dish. Soon enough, Futaba Ramen became a beloved local spot, known for its amazing ramen. As the years went by, Futaba Ramen became a local favorite, and the couple decided to give their stall a new name, Ichiran. People came from all over just to slurp up a bowl of those famous noodles and that secret red sauce, and the couple raked in cash. But as the couple grew older, they eventually decided that it was time to retire and take a break from the grueling world of ramen slinging. And that's when a brave customer stepped in and offered to take over Ichiran. In a generous, or probably financially motivated move, the couple passed on the name and secret recipe to this customer, who is now the president of Ichiran, Manabu Yoshitomi. When Manabu Yoshitomi took over Ichiran, he knew he had to do something to set the chain apart from the competition. And what better way to do that than by implementing a membership system that only served the most loyal and, let's be real, wealthy customers. This way, when they came in, the store would already have started cooking their noodles based on their previously recorded tastes. This innovative and slightly elitist approach to ramen service caught on quickly, and before long, Ichiran was raking in the cash. In 1993, the chain opened its first official branch in Fukuoka, and from there it was off to the races. Ichiran branches started popping up all over Japan, and in 2013, the chain set its sights on overseas expansion, starting with Hong Kong. Today, Ichiran is known as the most famous ramen chain in the world, and it's easy to see why. Not only is the ramen delicious, but this unique ramen focus booth, created by Yoshitomi himself, allows customers to fully immerse themselves in the ramen experience without any distractions. Unless you count the constant thoughts of, how much did I just spend on this bowl of noodles? If you've ever eaten at a ramen shop in Japan, you know that things can get a little cramped. You're usually squeezed in next to other customers, with no space between seats. It can be a bit of a hassle, especially if you're trying to have a quiet, intimate dinner. And also in Japan, many people are worried about what others will think of them when they eat. And for Japanese girls, this can be especially tough. They might be afraid of being seen as a big eater if they order too much, or worried about being laughed at for having bad breath if they put too much garlic in their noodles. But Yoshitomi decided to change all that. In 1993, he introduced the concept of taste-focused seating at his ramen shops. These seats are separated by partition walls, so you can enjoy your noodles in privacy, without worrying about what others might think. You can order as many as you want, put as much garlic as you desire, and even eat upside down if you feel like it, all without fear of being judged. But there's still one problem. Even though the diners couldn't see each other, the staff could still see the diners. And that wasn't exactly the peaceful, zen-like atmosphere that Yoshitomi was going for. So to solve that, he added a curtain in front of the counter, and the curtain is only lifted when serving the ramen. Even if it is lifted, the staff will not be able to see your face. When you arrive at Ichiran, you won't be greeted by a friendly host or hostess. Instead, you'll find a vending machine where you can pay and order your noodles. If you're here, you're probably not in the mood for small talk anyway. Just punch some buttons and find your seat at your own private booth. Here, you'll fill out a form with your preferred flavors and other customizations for your noodles. And once all done, all you have to do is ring a bell to notify the staff to take it away. Then, sit back and wait as the magic happens. The staff will soon bring your noodles to your table, and if you want more, all you have to do is place a special small plate in a designated location, and the system will automatically notify the staff. Even getting water and tissues is self-service, so you won't have to make any unnecessary human contact. Throughout the entire process, you'll hardly see any staff. It's almost like you're dining in complete solitude. And when you're finished eating, you can just leave without even having to speak a word. The mastermind behind Ichiran, Manabu Yoshitomi, came up with this genius idea of a so-called ramen focus booth for the reception model. And let me tell you, it was a hit. Not only did it help Ichiran stand out from its competitors, which wasn't that hard, but it also attracted a high proportion of female customers and foreign tourists. You see, most traditional ramen shops in Japan will ask you how you want your noodles be like, or whether you want green onions when you order. But for tourists who don't speak Japanese and don't want to cause any trouble, this can be intimidating. With the ramen focus booth, you don't have to speak at all when ordering. There are translations on the ordering machine and order paper, so even if you don't speak Japanese, you can still enjoy a bowl of delicious Ichiran ramen peacefully. And that's the real reason why the ramen focus booth was such a success. It allowed customers to fully enjoy their ramen without having to interact with pesky human beings. No awkward small talk, no confusing ordering, just you and your noodles in peace and solitude. But here's the thing, while the ramen focus booth is supposedly designed to allow customers to fully enjoy their ramen, it's not entirely for the customer's benefit. In fact, there may be a little more to the story. This ramen focus booth system not only helped Yoshitomi take down its competition, it also attracted a higher number of female and foreign customers. How did they do it, you ask? By separating the seats. Now, you can't chit-chat with your friends while you eat, and due to the small booth, it is quite uncomfortable to eat while using your phone. You can only focus on shoveling those noodles into your mouth as fast as possible. And the faster you eat, the higher the turnover rate and profit for the restaurant. Sneaky, right? But here's where it gets even more devious. Most Japanese dining establishments are pretty strict about their brand image, and they might be hesitant to hire people with dyed hair or tattoos. But the ramen focus booth system allows Ichiran to hire them, even foreign or exchange students who don't speak Japanese as staff. And since they're hidden behind a curtain, customers will never even know they're there. Plus, they're probably paid less. So not only can you enjoy a solitary meal, you can also feel good about supporting cheap labor. Yummy! Most individual dining establishments in Japan have a profit margin of only 5%. But chain restaurants with tight cost control can reach a profit margin of 8% to 10%. But get this, Ichiran's profit margin is a whopping 15%, the highest in Japan's food and beverage industry. Talk about making some serious cash. With this innovative concept, they've seen their performance skyrocket every year. In 2019, they reached a sales peak of 28.8 billion yen. Basically, if you visited Japan at that time, you probably contributed to their revenue. You might be thinking, wow, the ramen focus booth system at Ichiran sounds amazing. Why hasn't every other ramen shop adopted it? Well, it's not that simple. See, in 2003, Yoshitomi patented his ramen focus booth system, so if any other ramen store tries to copy Ichiran's self-seating order paper and call system, etc., they could potentially get sued. That's why Ichiran is such a unique and untouchable presence in the world of ramen. Well, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. And unfortunately for Ichiran, the COVID-19 pandemic ended their party. With the sharp decrease in travel to Japan, the performance of Ichiran has taken a hit. It's not every day that you see a company's sales drop a whopping 35%. In 2020, Ichiran's sale from 28.8 billion down to 18.6 billion yen. And to make matters better, they've had to close a couple of stores and cut back on business hours to try and save some costs. Hey, at least they're trying to cut costs by reducing business hours. Keyword reduce business hour. For people who watched my 7-Eleven scandal video will understand, but don't worry, they've still got the support of the Japanese public. Oh wait, actually they don't. It seems like the locals aren't exactly feeling sympathetic towards Ichiran, probably because they're just in it for the tourist dollars and don't care about the local community. But hey, at least they're trying to turn things around with their new cup noodles. In order to make it through the downfall, on February 5th, 2021, Ichiran launched its first cup noodles. And oh boy, their new cup noodles are here to blow your minds and emptying your wallets. With the average price of cup noodles being 206 yen. Ichiran slapped with a whopping 490 yen price tag. And what do you get for all that cash? Just a plain old cup of noodles. No roast pork, no veggies, nothing. Just noodles. From the official, it's all for a good cause. They deliberately did not put any ingredients so that you can experience the purest taste of noodles. I'm sure the taste of pure, unadulterated disappointment will be worth the extra cash. Who wants to pay almost 500 yen for a bowl of instant noodles? And it sounds like the Japanese public is feeling the same way. Ichiran's fancy new cup noodles aren't exactly a hit with the public. And to top it off, the retailers are feeling the pressure to lower the price and make these fancy noodles more accessible to the general public. But no, Ichiran is determined to maintain their high-class brand image. To be honest, can't blame them for trying, but it seems like they might have to give in and lower those prices if they want to stay afloat. As a result, they're being investigated for breaking anti-monopoly law and have to write a reflection and promise not to do it again. For people who don't understand what is anti-monopoly laws, let me explain in simple terms. Anti-monopoly laws are rules that prevent companies from using their power or size to take unfair advantage over other businesses. Violating these laws means that a company is doing something to hurt competition and make it harder for other businesses, in this case, the retailers who are selling Ichiran cup noodles, to succeed. For example, if a big company buys up all the stores in a town and increases their price, they might be violating anti-monopoly laws because they are making it harder for other retail stores to sell their products. So, anti-monopoly laws help to keep the playing field level so that everyone has a fair chance to succeed. On August 8th, 2023, Ichiran is about to face a terrifying new challenge. The patent for their ramen focus booth system is going to expire, and when it does, it's likely that other ramen shops and even restaurants will try to imitate it. This means that Ichiran will have to venture into uncharted territory and come up with a new way to keep customers coming back for more. Will they emerge victorious, or will they be crushed beneath the weight of the competition? Only time will tell in this thrilling tale of ramen and survival. If you're ready to dive deep into the world of corporate scandals and the rise and fall of companies, then subscribe and hit that like button to join the ride. But if you'd rather stick to more mundane activities like sleeping or enjoying the fancy Ichiran cup noodles, then that's cool too. Just know that you're missing out on all the juicy drama and epic storytelling that only our channel can bring. So make your choice wisely and let the scandalous adventure begin.